and welcome back to another new vlog. I am Bailey if you're new here, and today I'm starting off a week in my life as a 4th grade teacher vlog. Monday was a get myself organized kind of day, so today is Tuesday. Just got to school and I have a few things that I need to do this morning. I always keep a running to-do list in my lesson plans, that way I can add things throughout the day and work on them either in the morning or during my planner after school. Today I really need to get ready for running records, so I'm going to prep that this morning. I also have some books that I'm going to add to my library. There's a library by our school that comes to do some book talks, and then they donate the books to our classroom. So we got a few yesterday. They came for the first time this year, so I got these two. And right now I'm going to work on adding these to my library. We have library for the first time today, so my kids and I are really looking forward to that. As far as the rest of the week is concerned, we have picture day on Thursday, and then we have our school fun run on Friday. Everybody is really looking forward to that. So there's a lot of things that I'll be able to share and chat about this week. I have some stickers that I put on each book with my name, and then I also have our genre stickers. My library is organized by genre. For the most part, I do have some series in there. Most of it is organized by genre, so I have little sticker labels that I printed just from PowerPoint that match the different colors on the key. This one is a graphic novel, so before I put it in my library, I just put a white sticker right there on the side. That way when it goes in the bookshelf, they all match and my students know where to put it back. I'm gonna go pop these into my library. I just wanted to start off the vlog, say hello. I'm excited to take you along for this week, and I'll see you later. Wednesday now, and I feel like the vlog is off to a little bit of a rough start. I definitely did not realize that I had a meeting before school and during my plan time yesterday when I was chatting with you. Being busy at both of those times, I spent my lunchtime trying to get ahead on my lesson plans for next week. In writing, I have to get this ready right now. We are doing Story Mountains. I read them Dancing in the Wings, and we use this for a lot of our reading writing lessons, so that was just the first time that we're going to read it this year. I made copies of my Story Mountains. I make them nice and big because we are going to be using sticky notes to create all the different parts of our story. For now, we're just going to start with the sticky notes, making the Story Mountain, so I need to do mine for Dancing in the Wings. Reading, I'm all ready for, and then in science, they have an assessment. We're making our way through our first unit. This was our second mystery, and everybody's really enjoying it. We use mystery science, and I love, love, love mystery science. It's really engaging for the kids. I love all the different activities that we get to do. Tomorrow we have our first checkpoint in math, so I'm very interested in seeing how that goes, but I'm all ready for everything for the rest of the week after I do this Plot Mountain, and then I'm moving on to next week. So most of my planning is just copying and pasting my lessons in, and hopefully that will be done by today. That way I could do the heavy lifting on all of the copies and prepping that needs to be done tomorrow, leaving with it all done on Friday. And it looks like that's everything that I have to get done this morning, so I'm going to start with my Story Mountain. I have to fill in my whiteboard because I didn't do it yesterday after school, and then we'll see what else I can get into. So we're picking it back up. Yes, it is Thursday, but honestly, if you're a teacher, you understand how most days in the classroom go. They just fly by. You're doing a million things in meetings when the kids aren't in the room, working through your to-do list, and maybe even trying to plan ahead. My class has really just been the biggest blessing this year. It has been so fun to get to know them, learn with them, all those great things. Although it is busy and crazy sometimes, I have just been really thankful with how this year has started. Today is picture day, and our time is during my plan time when they are at art. So I'm trying to kind of plan my day around that right now. Big projects today. The first is to update my gradebook. I did a full in-depth video on my grading system, so if you're interested in any of that, definitely make sure to check that out. I will quickly explain what I'm doing, but first let me make some copies and then we can chat about it. Alright, here is my gradebook, and it is officially ready to go. I obviously cannot show much in here, so I tried to cover some things up, but I want to give you a general idea of what I do. All of our assessments and things for each subject are color-coded, so reading, reading is pink. So all the little pages are done in pink for reading, white for writing, purple for math, and then yellow for science. At the top of every page, I have the different things that I grade them on. So this one is it reads independently for 40 minutes. I have all my student names listed down here. I also always leave an extra one just in case. And then up here, I have a space to put whatever assignment I'm grading them on that day. The first thing that I'm going to grade them is just Unit 1 observation. So I'm just going to write Unit 1 in that little box and give them a grade down the side. That same setup for all the different subjects with the essential learnings at the top of each. Here's just another example of that. So this is a science essential learning, and it's supporting scientific claims with relevant evidence, and I just put whatever mystery assessment we were working on and then give them grades all the way down. I have a little more in here for the science because I have my class and both of my teammates' classes in here as well. I have to grade them because I do their grades on their LFD. So that is all ready to go. Ready to start grading some checkpoints, quizzes, assessments, projects, all those fun things. But I wanted to get that set up because it was definitely time to get that going for this year. Gradebook is done, but I have a meeting that I have to go off to right now. I will see you during my lunchtime. It's lunchtime now, and I have a little project for myself. I need to update my books we've read bulletin board. I do have most of my little book covers prepped and ready to go, but I've read a few new books this year, so I need to get those ready and print those out. I'm still getting a lot of questions about how I do all of that, so I just wanted to show you real quick. I have a full PowerPoint version of this, of all the book covers that I've already printed and laminated and put up and all of that, but these are a few of the books that I've just kind of added along the way. I just take blank page, I go to Google, search the book, and then I just copy the image, paste it into the Google slide. So I go in and resize it. I make sure all of them are 4 inches wide, and then if it's white like this, I just add a little border, a black border, so I know where to cut it. So I needed to do I needed the magical yet. I did print this at one point, but I don't know where this one went. Safari jumps. I am going to add the little border to this one just because of the bottom. I think those are the only 3 that I needed to print and get ready so I can put them up. Tonight, I'm just going to print them, cut them, I'll laminate them tomorrow, cut them again, and then pop them up onto our wall. So again, here are all the book covers that I have already ready. They're laminated, and I just put them up right onto this wall after we've read them in class. I just left spaces for those 3. I need to get ready and put them up, and then we'll be all up to date. Picture day went well this morning. My checkpoint, I think, was going well just from kind of what I could see as I was walking around the room. We started really drafting and writing today, so it was an exciting day in writing. I'm looking forward to continuing that into tomorrow. This afternoon, I have our new mystery in science, so I'm all prepped and ready to go for that. After school today, I'm really excited because my teacher bestie, Emily, and I are going to go to Lakeshore Learning. I can kind of chat about that a little bit more later today after school, but we're going to hopefully leave just right after school and go down there. I'm really looking forward to that as well. I'll see you after school. All right, I just said see you tomorrow to all of my kids, and I'm packing up really quickly because we are about to go to Lakeshore Learning. They're partnering with Abbott Elementary to celebrate the show's new season. I don't know if any of you watch it, but I love the show. They are giving teachers $5 off of any purchase of $5 or more when you shop in the store between September 25th and October 13th. So we are going to go today, get $5 off of our purchase, do a little bit of shopping, and then they also have a bunch of different sweepstakes that you can enter in. And then I'm going to make a reel for them to share that out. I reset my whiteboard for tomorrow. All my lesson plans and everything are ready. I will have to do some planning for next week tomorrow. I've had so many meetings this week. I also forgot to mention I had another meeting today during my plan time, kind of impromptu, but had that meeting this morning. So I haven't really gotten as much done with my lesson plans or copies for next week as I wanted to. So I'll need to do that tomorrow. I am packed up and we're gonna go. I just got home from Lakeshore Learning. I know I included a couple clips from our shopping, but I wanted to show you the things that I picked up. I started with these Lakeshore student place value practice boards. We're going to get into a place value later in the year, and I thought that these would be really good for some small group practice. So I got 3 of them. The math stuff was also on sale. I remember having these when I was growing up. I wanted to grab one just for something to do if we had a couple extra minutes. I got the Brain Quest 4th grade version. Lastly, I got some books. I grabbed Grumpy Monkey, The Rabbit Listened, No David, and David Goes to School. That's everything that I grabbed, and then Emily got a few things as well. I'll bring all of that into my classroom tomorrow, and I'll see you there. It's Friday, and I stayed up way too late last night watching Big Brother, but today is fun run day, and it's going to be a really fun day at school. Last night, I printed out the books that I made yesterday, so this is first on my list. I need to cut them, laminate them, cut them again, and then put them up on my bulletin board. While I'm doing this, I'm going to do some printing and copying for next week. I really prefer to get here early and get all of that done before everybody gets here, especially because I do like a week of things at a time. It's always one of the first things that I do. Let's get out my laminator, turn on my computer, and get started. It's our lunchtime now, and I'm gonna eat this in a second, but I just printed some math homework. I'm sending math homework for the first time today. In my weekly e-blast, I am including a little note about it. Math homework is optional in my classroom, so I just choose a home connection or 2 that I can send home on Fridays. I send it home, say it's optional to complete it, but they can bring it back at any point during the next week. Next Friday is when it is due, and that's when I just kind of look them over and give feedback. I don't keep track of who does it or what they do on it, but I do provide feedback for them if they turn it in, and then I'll give that back to them by next Friday. So I just put a little note in my e-blast this week about the fact that it's the purple paper coming home in their Friday folder today. Problems on the homework covers content that we've obviously already done in math class, so it's all review, nothing is new. I also mentioned, because sometimes they have challenge problems, this one doesn't have it, but challenges are optional. The whole thing is optional, but challenges are, I guess, optional. They are actually meant to be a challenge for them, not as easy to complete based on our learning in class. I also include in there if students or adults feel like they need some additional help or clarification about the homework, that they can of course send it in at any time during the week and I can work with their student. Last thing I say is that they will not receive a negative consequence for not completing their homework, other than of course missing out on that additional practice opportunity. So I put that in my e-blast. I'm going to put this in their Friday folders this afternoon, send that home. I was just working on finishing up my plans for next week. I have everything mapped out. I have all my copies for science, reading. I actually have all my copies for everything done. I am just making a note because I am going to grade their checkpoints over the weekend and then kind of put together some small groups to do throughout the week next week because our assessment is coming up. I'm going to make some groups based on that checkpoint and see what we need to talk about before we give that assessment. I'm also going to be gone next week, but I have not worked on those sub-plans. That can be something that I do next week. I'm not really too concerned about leaving without that done this afternoon. So basically, my lesson plans and copies, I'm good with. I'm done. All right, I was just looking through my to-do list. The last thing I really need to do right now during lunch while I eat is to just insert that picture into my e-blast. I forgot we had our fun run this morning, so I was taking pictures of them, and that's the picture that I want to include in my e-blast this afternoon. I'm going to pop one in there, and then my e-blast will be ready to go. Then hopefully I can just kind of chill out for a couple minutes, enjoy my lunch, because I'm all ready for this afternoon, and I'll see you after school. is 4 o'clock and I just said goodbye to my kids for the weekend. I came back. I very quickly swapped out my bookshelf over there, so I put away some of my beginning of the year books and then took out some of my Halloween books. When we come back, it'll be almost October, so I decided to put those up for now. And then I reset my board for Monday, so I am all set. I'm also just sending my e-blast right now, so I'm going to send that very quickly and then I will be out of here for the weekend. I hope that you enjoyed coming along for some of my week. I know I forgot to check in quite a bit, but again, you know how it goes when you are in the middle of the school day and a week. It's always a little bit crazy. I hope that you enjoyed what I did share though, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.